right.
Let's do it.
Here we go. You are now listening to our I Want My Podcast Studios production. And I know you want your damn podcast. Here you go. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Welcome to I Want My Podcast Married at First Sight edition. I'm one of your hosts, EJ Edmonds.
Hey, I'm Walton Parno. What's up, everybody?
Hey. And we're covering Married at First Sight, like we said before. Season 14, episode 6, Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Honeymoon. Oops.
Sounds scary.
All right, how you feel about this title?
It was good.
You think it was a W?
Oh, yeah.
A to F, what you giving it?
Everything got real dark with these couples.
Yeah, A to F, what do you give the title?
Oh, it's a B.
A B? Okay, I can get.
Yeah, there's no Boston reference, is there?
No, there's, and I'll give it a B minus. I get the that's a Pink Floyd reference. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Pink Floyd reference. So shout out to me for knowing that, because
there you go.
I don't know what the song sounds like at all. I just happened to look. I happened to look it up earlier.
I think it was an album.
Yeah. So
the one they play with Wizard of Oz.
What's a Pink Floyd song I would know?
Money.
Sing it. You got to sing it.
You were here.
You got to sing it. Help me out here.
Not Stairway to Heaven. That's Led Zeppelin. The Wall. We don't need no education.
I do remember that one.
Hey.
Okay.
Leave them kids alone.
That's Pink Floyd, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good.
Yes, sir. But before we get into this, I'm excited to talk about it, but there's a couple things we just got to go over real quick. First, we just wanted to let y'all know Patreon's $1. Okay. $1 for all of this quality podcasting that you get to listen to from myself, from LP, from Miguel, from Riri. Yeah, $1. Okay. That's $12 a goddamn year. You know what I mean? That's not bad at all. And here's another thing. On top of that, we have a catalog of about 350 episodes, which you'll have access to on the Patreon. So if you want to go back and you know what I mean, see us in our infancy and how much of a mess we were when we first started doing this compared to now. Yeah, your infancy only goes back to what, like a month or so, LP?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you can go back a month and listen to LP's first episode. Oh, and the one where he got hammered. Make sure you go and listen to that one. That one was great. God, that was good. Yeah, but you get all of that for $1. And here's another thing you get, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Okay. Starting February 11th, so Friday of this week, myself and Miguel are going to be covering Netflix's Love is Blind Season 2 on Patreon. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So make sure y'all get in here and check this one out. This show is hot. I can't wait to see what happens. I want to find another Lauren and Cameron. See, I watched the first season.
I don't know what that is, but maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, you'll like it. Yeah, we'll have you on as a guest for one of them or something.
All right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll watch an episode and you guys can clue me in.
Yes, sir. All right. And the rest of it we'll get to afterwards. You want to go ahead and you want to start us off then?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Let's talk about the Sharks. Let's talk about Mark and Lindsay.
Yeah, Mark and Lindsay. So last time we let off, they were like, they were fighting a little bit. You know, they got a little tiff, but it seemed like they made up. It was cute. So they kind of made up. They were doing their thing. They woke up in the morning, and they were cool. They were like, Lindsay was even like, "You sure you want to?" Mark was like, "Can I go to upstairs and go to bed with you?" And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." And then they had a serious conversation during breakfast. They prayed. This little thing. And Mark kind of just threw that out of nowhere.
That was dope.
Like, hey,
all right, and listen.
Yeah.
Real quick, didn't I tell you that this is what their relationship is going to be?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fighting and making up right away. Fighting and making up right away for 60 damn years.
A lot of praying for Mark.
Yeah, he's praying for Lindsay's soul. That's what it is.
Sure. Yeah, so they had they prayed and they had talked about kids. Lindsay has a weird thing with kids. She wants 2 or 4 or not 3. So I don't know. She's got a thing with 3 kids.
Maybe 3 is bad luck.
Yeah. I don't know what she's gonna do with that third kid if she doesn't have that fourth. Just get rid of him eventually.
Maybe.
She said she doesn't want twins either. She said, if we have twins, we're done. So I don't fucking know.
Just adopt out the middle child. Like, what the fuck? Why you do that? You kept the one before it and the one after. Why not this one? Because three. Because three.
Yeah, I hope Mark wants 2 or 4 kids.
Yeah, and 5 cats.
yeah. And 5 cats. So there's like a whole thing with the landlord down there. Kept getting calls from the landlord about his lease, and Mark was like getting ready to like get kicked out of the apartment or some shit because he doesn't have. His landlord told him on their honeymoon that they were not allowed to have cats.
Well, his landlord / mother figure somehow.
Yeah.
Like I don't get his relationship. So have we seen her on the show?
I was confused by that too because at first when he was getting all those calls, I was confused on who was even calling him at first.
Yeah, because the only other mother figure I remember was his boy's mom, the one that called him Maki, right?
Oh yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I don't think unless that's his landlord too. I mean, it's kind of weird for like a mother figure to be your landlord.
Hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you get it how you live. This Boston we talking about.
Yeah, I guess that's what's going on.
You don't understand. Boston different, dude. It's fucking different.
So like Lindsay's mama, but she said she's a mama bear, and that side came out or whatever. You could tell she was getting annoyed, and she wanted to just like answer the phone, and be like, "You're a bitch," blah blah. And cuss her out a little bit. I couldn't blame her. I mean, you're on your honeymoon in Puerto Rico.
Man,
that news, like, what the fuck? So it's weird. I don't know what's going on there.
And the landlord was blowing him up. Like this had to be some kind of played up thing.
Yeah, or personal. I don't know. Like, why would they be doing that on the
Because if this is your mother figure, one, why does she act like she doesn't know that you're on your honeymoon?
Yeah, so it was the whole thing was bizarre. I thought.
I think it's a made up. This is a construct, bro.
Yeah, you think?
I think they constructed something to keep them the most interesting.
The producers are throwing some stuff in there.
Yeah, because they've set the mood for every last one of these couples.
Right.
I feel like that. So with them, you see like this. How do I explain? Like this volcano that ain't erupted yet. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, the volcano cools off and it turns into a rock and it's solid again. Right?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's what you're seeing with them. And then Mike and Jazz is like the couple that's trying to figure each other out. So you're watching them do this weird dance of, you know what I mean? What's acceptable and what's not. I don't know. I think this is constructed, man. This is just something for her mama bear swag to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, instead of she doesn't freak too much out. She just pretty much says, all right, you can come move in with me. And then Mark's kind of like, he's like, okay. He's kind of like deer in the headlights. Not sure what to think about that. Like, he didn't say he was excited. I don't even know if he said yes right away. I don't even know if he said yes at all. Because
for real, that's a lot, man. Like to pick your whole life up and put it under somebody else's roof.
Yeah, he's like, we met this person 6 days ago.
Yeah, it is. I get it.
Yeah, so that's weird. But Mark does say it's nice. He says it's weird to have someone to take care of him, but I don't know. He'll probably like that at the end of the day, really.
Yeah, I think it's just he's been taking care of everybody else. This is Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark has a big heart, right?
Yeah.
He swims after and protects what he loves.
Yeah, for sure.
He should add that to his list of stuff he says. That'll make him seem more like a badass.
He doesn't ever seem like a badass. He's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah, with the crazy eyes, though.
Yeah, he's got a crazy wife, so.
Well, touche.
Yeah, he does have some whacked out eyes. Poor dude. But yeah, that was pretty much like it for them. It wasn't really exciting. They got over their little tiff, and I think they're still like, on a decent path to, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Make it.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen? I want predictions about this. Okay. They're about to go back to Boston.
Yeah.
They got this apartment for a while. Right? Don't they get this apartment from the Married at First Sight people to live in?
Yeah, so are they moving into that apartment too? I didn't know if Mark and Stark were.
Why wouldn't they? Like, isn't everybody supposed to move in there?
No one likes Lindsay?
Because think about it. If they don't all move in, the season's fucking over.
No, they could just move into each other's house. They don't have to move into some apartment with everybody.
Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is my first time watching the season. What happened last season?
So they just all moved to their own houses. Like whatever house they would just agree, like, hey, you can move in with me or I'd move in with you. Yeah. So that whole thing with the apartment this season, it was kind of weird because I mean, we'll get to Chris and Alyssa. That was a big fight between them. And then someone else said they were moving into that apartment too. So I think maybe they just gave them the choice to, but also I think because Lindsay doesn't get along with any of these girls. So I feel like she wouldn't want to move in the apartment anyways.
She might.
Yeah.
She might.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it like this. Some people just don't hold grudges. They're like crazy nutty bitches. And then all of a sudden everything's all good again.
Yeah.
Maybe she's one of those. Like, oh, yeah, we got into it a little bit, but no biggie. I still love you. You still my chick. Right?
Especially Mark the Shark calms her down,
Yeah. I don't know. I think this works.
Yeah, these guys are good, I guess.
Yeah. So are you? So you sipping the Kool-Aid now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
These guys are cool. That's as good as you can get,
Yeah. That's it. So all right.
Yeah. Not as eventful as last week for Mr. and Mrs. Sharks.
Nah. They put all the focus on somebody else who we'll get to here momentarily. But in the meantime, you want to go ahead and tell us about Katina and Olajuwon?
You're going to tell us about Katina and Olajuwon.
All right, I'm going to tell you about Katina and Olajuwon. All right. So they start out the morning. All right, this is day 6 of marriage, and they're like, "All right, baby, we going on a horseback ride." And Katina ain't a fan of animals, so this ain't her jam again.
Yeah, she was not comfortable.
The two things that they got to do as a married couple, the two things she really don't fuck with like that. Mm-hmm. And once again, she getting uncomfortable because Olajuwon's going full on football coach on her.
Right, yeah. like they're racehorses.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, you have to do this. You don't be scared. They can tell when you're scared. If he wanted to throw you, he would have did a long time.
He was on a horse too,
Yeah, like it's just one of those people like, yeah. Once again, this is one of the things he feels like he's better than somebody at, and so he goes all the way with it. He was like, no, this is what you do. It's like, Nika, have you rode a horse before? It's like, nah, but still, I know. Like me and Champagne done bonded, right?
Yeah. But that was cool, though. I thought I don't know what Katina thought was going to happen. She's on a horse. Like, she's not going to, don't fall off. And she seems pretty athletic, too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she likes doing different stuff than...
She's not the horse
than pumping iron and riding beasts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I know.
Yeah, maybe she has other shit in mind. Maybe she go for walks.
Well, because you remember before that, they woke up and they were like, Katina was happy they didn't go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And so maybe Olajuwon was like, fucking, I didn't get to yell her at the gym this morning, so I'm going to yell her on this goddamn horse.
I gotta get my yells in for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta get my daily tell you ain't shit speech in for the day. Yeah. And then afterwards they sit down and they talk about how this push and pull with them is supposed to work. And then he hits her with another football coach line. Says, I'll never push you toward anything I don't think you can't get through. Like, what? Nice. Who you talking to? Like, this your wife. Ask her some questions about herself first before you start challenging her to shit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like you should, you know what I mean? At least know somebody before you decide, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and challenge you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Sure. This is Olajuwon. This is
horseback, right?
Yeah, Olajuwon's new. Isaac's been he's been running shit in the meantime. Yeah. So
Olajuwon's never been out this far by himself.
Yeah, he's getting out in the deep water now.
Yeah,
the sharks will save him.
Just trying to swim.
Yeah, and then that's it. They later they hang out on the beach with Mike and Jasmina. And they talk about all the things they have in common and why the experts think they picked them for each other. And it's cool. Like, I think those two couples will be friends after all of this is over.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mike and Jasmina as a couple are going to be friends with Olajuwon and Katina separate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with. I don't know. Like, I hope he don't. But I don't know. I feel like he might fuck it up, man. I feel like Olajuwon might do something to fuck it up.
Yeah, he's going to. Once they get back home, man, he's going to go out partying or something.
Yeah, he's going to get out that burner phone and see all this, see all of the girls that were texting Isaac.
Yeah.
He will. He's going to, I don't know. Fingers crossed. I hope he don't.
Know he's on this show. All those girls know he's going to be on TV.
Yeah, man. And that's it. They gave us short segments because the rest of it is going to be about, like I said, one couple in particular.
Nuts.
Yep.
All right.
Did I miss anything for these guys?
Let me think. No. Yeah, patience, all that shit. Yeah, that's it, really. They just talked about being patient with each other.
Okay. Well, shit,
He says a lot of generic shit, you know what I mean? We talked about that before. It just sounds like he says everything he thinks he's supposed to say or whatever. Some shit.
Yeah.
He's a bunch. But yeah, they're all right. They haven't gotten any fights yet or anything, so we'll see. Still holding out for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, who we want to do next?
All right. Next up, we have another short segment. Let's talk about Noi and Steve. Wait. Not yet. There's something we got to do first.
Okay.
All right.
What are you going to do? Hit a button?
Huh?
I thought you were going to hit a sound effect.
Well, I mean, I can give you a sound effect if you want, but no, I just wanted to.
We're going live.
There's your sound effect. No, I just wanted to tell you we were going live. So, hello, everybody. Yeah, she said we need to do these earlier for 57-year-old not yet grandma NATL. Baby, we sorry. I got kids and stuff, and sometimes it be like that. We're gonna try to figure out a way to get them out earlier for you. Okay. Thank you for checking with us. A Maleficent. I like that. Had to check in and see if we were going to talk about them. All right, but yeah, we got to glaze over Noi and Steve real quick, and we'll put it in the live, and then we'll start to cover Alyssa and Chris. But we can't do the whole thing on there, so we'll try to keep it so you don't stay up too late, baby. We know you got to get to bed and all of that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Noi and Steve. Now you can do it.
Most boring couple on the show, I'd say. And not a lot going on with them in this one, just because they spent so much time on Chris and Alyssa. But it was cute. They had a nice day. They went to the waterfall. They're like making out the waterfall, dancing around. Noi admitted to Steve that she feels safe around him. And that's like really all we saw from them. And then even during the fight, even during the dinner when there's all that cringy drama and stuff going on between Chris and Alyssa, they stay out of it. You know, they're smart. They don't get in. They're not getting into any of that shit.
Bro, they are on their own shit. That's what it is. Like I said, they was out here winning. This is what a couple's supposed to look like. They figuring each other out. They laughing and joking and having a good time together. They showing up to shit, holding each other's hands. Okay. This a W right here.
Definitely seems like they're doing their own thing. They haven't connected really to like any of the other couples like Olajuwon and Katina have with Michael and Jasmina. So yeah, they're kind of just doing their own thing. I feel like that's how Noi. I mean, that's how they both are. Especially Steve. You know, he's a traveler, a wanderer. Like jobless, but
man. All right,
no drama with them. I thought they were cute. What do you think? You think they got a chance still?
Yeah, I think they're a whole W, dude. I told you I was a fan of these guys. Sometimes you just know it in your heart. Yeah, okay, you just know it in your heart.
Noi's annoying a little bit still, and I feel like she's gonna cry a lot. I mean, there's a girl on this show that cries a lot too, but I feel like Noi could.
I don't know. No, she doesn't seem too crazy yet. I mean, she ain't broke the wigs out yet. Like she's still.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait till we get back home. Gets those wigs.
Yeah. Once the wigs come out, it's on.
It's gonna be wild.
You're gonna get noisy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that's all we got. We already know what we came here for. Ann already told us. You ready to go ahead?
All right. Tell us about our the love couple, Chris and Alyssa.
All right, let's talk about Chris and Maleficent. Okay, let's call her what she is. Right there we go. So at the beginning, Pastor Calvin, they was just like, look, let me find these two activity, right, that they can do and get along and that they can agree on, and they decide to do tennis. Mm-hmm. Right. Chris is still like addressing it, huh?
She shows up in sandals.
In flip-flops. She didn't give a fuck about what was going on. I'm serious, man. Oh my God. She put on a How to Karen clinic this episode.
Oh my God.
This was a full on, like, I'm going to show you how to Karen. This is how you do it.
Mental.
Oh my God. And Chris is still at this point still addressing Alyssa as his wife and is doing whatever it takes to make it work. And I personally think he just need to take the L on this one and go home.
I know. That's what his mom told him. His mom's just like, cut your losses.
No, that was his sister.
Oh, that was his sister?
Yeah, it was his sister.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, and he feels like the fact that she's even showing up means she's showing an effort. It's like, no, it don't. I think she's under a contract.
Yeah.
That's why she shows up.
I mean, she could leave whenever she wants. I just feel like she doesn't, A, want to leave Puerto Rico early, and B, come off. She doesn't want to be the one that says, like, I quit, I'm out of this. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, everyone, we're not idiots. Like, we know what she's fucking trying to do here, you know? Like, she is coming off as that one. She is coming off like an awful person. Like, dude, I've never wanted to, like bully somebody on social media, like, never, like, tweeted any of these people before, but, man, I wanted to, like, look up her Twitter account and just be like,
you suck. Just to write you suck exactly. On there.
Like, just you suck.
Man. It starts out like what's when she actually comes out of her shell and does something. Because remember the paddleboarding? Like they were having a decent time with the tennis for a minute.
She was laughing and stuff.
Yeah, for a minute. And then she's like, oh, no, I can't do that. I have to be evil. Right? Evil people don't laugh and have fun. They destroy lives. They step on hearts.
Conscious about that. That's hilarious.
And then she reluctantly sits down and talks to him, and she says she's doing her very best to make this work. Mm-hmm. I've seen her put in zero effort. Like, I don't think she even know the man's last name yet.
Doesn't know his last name.
Like, what if he got a dope ass last name and she could be Alyssa dope ass last name, right? But she's fucking that up.
Yeah, she's. I mean, she just doesn't want any part of this, and she's afraid just to say it.
I think she should. That's the respectable thing to do.
Concerned. She's just. This is why she's an idiot, though, because she's so concerned on how she's like gonna be shown and like come off, and that she doesn't realize that she's just being ridiculous.
Mental health is very important, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know what? In her head, I guarantee you, in her head, she's like blaming this on the producers, like the way she's coming off or whatever.
Oh yeah,
they might edit it or whatever, set it up where, you know, to make her look like. But I mean, there's fucking no way that they could have, you know, made her look any better.
Yeah, look, I would assume that some editing goes into play to kind of give you the a story, but I will say I don't think they had to do much.
Yeah,
like she is who she is, aka evil. Okay.
Dude, when she's bitching about like his hand gestures.
It's Princess Karen, dude. That's what you're seeing right here.
He's like, that's aggressive. And even the producers, like, he's just doing hand gestures. Like, the producers are fed up with her.
All right. How do you feel about Anne's last name? She hates it, but she says she kept it for her daughter.
Say Gumby?
Gumby ain't bad.
I know it looks like Gumby, like the old cartoon.
Yeah, wasn't he like an eraser or something?
He's like a big green thing. Yeah, I don't know, that was before my time, but I do remember that.
Yeah. And they somehow start talking about moving into the apartment together. And as soon as that gets mentioned, she doesn't like where the conversation is going. Which is what happens anytime anybody talks about anything. With her, like
she really has to be pressed on like being like, I don't like you, or I don't want to do this anymore, or you know, anytime the conversation gets close to that, she's just out. She's like, her move is she starts crying, she starts accusing him of being unfair, and then she gets up and leaves while screaming she's a nice person.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think that. What I saw here is when she basically like said to his face that you robbed me of a good experience, or she's been robbed. She didn't say he did. She said she got robbed. She didn't say who did it.
Actually, I think she even said both of them did.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Okay. I don't feel like she's hot enough to be punching down on Chris.
Dude, I hear you there, man.
Like, that's just me.
Yeah, she looks like an old lady sometimes in some of the scenes where she just like looks like some old lady who smoked a bunch of cigarettes. Wears fucking flip flops to a tennis court.
She has to know better. She got to know better.
I rewatched this episode so I can like count how many times she screams that she's a good person. So 5 times she says throughout this episode that either I'm a really good person or I'm a good fucking person.
Yep,
like,
that's what she says.
How many times, like when you're good people don't say that. You know what I mean? Like who says that?
Alyssa do.
Yeah, 5 fucking times in the same day.
Yeah,
right. This was all during the same day.
That's what Alyssa do right there.
What a nut.
And they apparently, I guess, from what we're finding out, is they get the apartment on Lifetime's dime, I guess. Yeah. And that's what they were talking about. Mm-hmm. And Alyssa is like, well, Chris made the decision without her that he was going to move in. It's like, look, I didn't tell you couldn't. I just said I was going to. Sure, like, you're more than welcome to. I would be happy if you did. Right. And once again, shout out to Chris for dealing with all her bullshit, man.
It's crazy, dude, but sometimes he's starting to make me mad.
She is awful. She's fucking awful. Like she's doing this dude so dirty.
How much you hate this girl.
Yeah, like it's like this is the beginning of talking about them. Like it gets worse.
I just can't believe I picked this couple to make it. Like I thought this was like a good couple.
Yeah.
After the first episode. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and somewhere out of him saying she can move into, she doesn't like the way that conversation is going, so she walks away again. Mm-hmm. Then the producer follows her. She basically shits on Chris some more. Like she was like, she assumes like the rules of the show don't apply to her, and like, look at his hand gestures. He's such an ogre. I fucking hate him. He's an asshole. I'm like, what did he do?
At that point, you can tell just like the producers are fed up with this girl too. Like this girl's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And make you look bad, we'll fucking make you look terrible.
And that's what she said. Like I've tried, I've been the bigger person and everything, and like he's an asshole. If you can't be kind, just don't talk to me. I was like, look, I can't think of a better word to describe Chris this season than kind.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know that I could think of a better fucking word. A little bit naive, but all right, I'll give him that.
Yeah,
but kind.
What's up with too much bullshit?
Yeah, he could have been done with this shit a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa is the problem. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
I think they were playing tennis for it before they went and sat down on the bench.
You saw the whole sesh right there. Yeah, like 10 seconds. You saw it all right there. It's like one of those fights you watch and the motherfucker gets knocked out in like the first 30 seconds.
That was it.
So the highlights is just the whole fucking fight.
The whole fight.
That's what you're seeing right now with this. Like they had fun for 30 whole seconds.
And then she was just, fuck this, I'm going to go to hell.
Yeah. And Chris is like, look, I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. He grabs his shit and he leaves. And later that evening, this is where we get to where he calls his sister Carmen. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, how's marriage and everything? He's like, well, it's not going like I expected. Meanwhile, Alyssa is still out there bitching to the producers. Like he done left. He on the phone. He hanging out, right? He got his shoes off. She's still out there huffing and puffing and telling the producer she's a good person.
I mean, she says the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. And she says she's sick of being the good person and being positive and taking the high road. And
the high road, I know. I love that part.
I got a little bit of a laugh out of it. I'm like, boo boo, are you watching the same show we watching? Because you are insufferable.
Well, it's funny because the only time she's been on that one, what's it called, the After Dark show or whatever, she walked off she walked off the set.
Yep. See, Ann thinks the same way. Like she can't blame it on the bad edit. She horrible.
Right. They might be editing it to try to make her look not as bad because they know how much shit she's gonna take.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we're at the point now she hates him and he's a fucking asshole. And like this is what you're seeing. She's putting on a How to Karen clinic today. She really is.
Ugly.
Huh?
It's ugly. It's bad.
All right. Meanwhile, Carmen's saying to Chris that, the same shit that we saying, that Princess Karen is going to do Princess Karen shit. Mm-hmm. Even her own parents said that, which they did.
Right.
And they also said they think Chris is perfect for her because he's so patient. Mm-hmm. And her being like she is, she's about to miss out on a good thing, which is something that the other couples even said later in the episode. And we'll get to that later.
Right.
You know what I mean? That you are exactly what this nut needs in her life. Yeah.
She don't need, oh man. She needs a lot more than someone with patience.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank goodness I'm not Chris. I would have just chose peace at that point. It's like, no, you know what? I'm good. Puerto Rico's beautiful. Yeah, Puerto Rico's beautiful. I'm glad I was able to set foot in the soil, but I'm going home.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah, man.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Like they just showed them like hanging out on the beach and she's talking with her girls. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know how she considers them her. Don't nobody like her.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody on this show except maybe
Jasmine
Chris a little bit. Huh?
Right. Jasmine and Katina don't like her.
No.
For sure.
And Katina hit her with some
business.
Yeah. She hit her with some bars. Like, yo, well, maybe you need to, you know what I mean? I don't want to paraphrase and mess up what she was saying, but she was giving homegirl some good advice and it was just one ear out the other, bruh. She want to hear it.
What she pretty much said was like, if you're upset about, because remember her, Chris's friend said something to Alyssa when they met that she didn't like. And Alyssa was like, yeah, once I found that out, I kind of lost interest. And Katina was like, you should have just like kept that in your back pocket. And,
yeah. Yeah, you should have just sat on that.
No, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, find it out for yourself instead of just checking out because of what his friend. And it wasn't even nothing that they said. He's just sometimes he is, what's the word? He may come off as a little bit condescending because he loves to teach.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That is the whole thing. That's what set this whole, according to her now. Mm-hmm. That's what set this whole whirlwind in motion.
Then Katina finally calls her out and be like, you might just, I don't think you're very attracted to him. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, you just, if you don't fuck with him, just say, I don't fuck with him. Yeah.
She's like, I'm not judging you, but that's what it is.
Yeah. And we'll get back to their part later, but we got one more couple to cover before we get to the dinner where everybody is. So you want to go ahead and move on to that one?
All right, let's do it.
All right, and shout out to everybody real quick. Once again, Patreon's $1, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Kisses for your foreheads. Go to bed, girl. And that's about it. Anything you want to say to people before we get out of here?
No, peace out, Ian.
All right. So for the people on the video, we are out. Make sure you go Patreon. Make sure you are at the bottom down here. Click the link and subscribe, comment, click the bell so you get notified when we go live. And just remember, we got a lot of stuff here that you're probably going to want to listen to on I Want My Podcast Network. $1.
$1.
And for you guys watching, it's been real. We will see y'all later. And for everybody else, let's go ahead and talk about Michael and Jasmina.
All right, Michael and Jasmina. So not much going on with them. We meet them when they're hanging out with Katina and Olajuwon. And they're both just kind of giving each other updates about their relationships. And Olajuwon just loves talking. I mean, he'll just talk all goddamn day.
Some people are like that, man. They just need to. I think I'm one of those people. I'm a chatty bastard sometimes, man.
And I think Michael's not like that in groups of people either. He likes to talk to Jasmina face to face and, kind of just about real specific things and personality traits. But when he's in around a big crowd, you can kind of tell he kind of just sits back and just listens, I guess. So yeah, we meet up with them, and they're having a good time. I mean, the Puerto Rico looks awesome. It looks like they're just at the same resort though. Like every day.
What the fuck was the name of it?
Practice at the back on the back lawn by that beach.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. Is it Casa de Hilton?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, something like that.
I wonder if they advertise for it on the show or some shit like that. Maybe that's why they show it.
Yeah, I think we need to go there and play tennis at that tennis court.
Yeah. But I mean, Michael and Jasmine, they didn't do anything. They didn't have like an excursion. They went to a waterfall at the end of the episode.
Yeah, they did went to the grotto that was outside of their room.
Yeah, they just went to a little quick waterfall. I don't think it was the same one as Noi and Steve went to.
Yeah.
It looked a little smaller, less secluded. And then Jasmina meets with Katina and Alyssa on the beach. We just talked about that for a little bit. But Jasmina is not as outspoken as Katina is, you know.
Yeah.
She kind of let Katina give her the business, but Jasmina said something off camera to the producers where, you know, she kind of agrees with Jasmina, and maybe she hasn't tried her hardest or given it, you know, kind of just failed to, or gave up too early on it pretty much. So
Yeah, too early, like right after they got married, she was checked out.
Right, yeah. So Jasmina does have an opinion on this goofball of a girl, but I think she's smart, and she's just kind of just going to lay low because she knows she's not going to have to be around this girl for too much longer.
Thank goodness. I hope she get off this show. Like, seriously, like, it's just like, it's getting so redundant. I'm a good person. They're trying to destroy my character. And
she's just annoying.
Like, come on, man, shut up. Like, you ever like have a situation like that where you listen to somebody so much, like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up.
Yeah, just shut up.
Stop talking.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of not talking, we can get to the dinner.
All right. So here's what happened at the dinner. Okay. They all meet up and everybody's excited to see each other except Chris and Alyssa.
Of course.
Consensus is for the group, we found out, is that Steve and Noi will be the first to procreate. What would you think? You think so?
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be Mark the Shark and Alyssa. Mark the Shark.
Who was it? Somebody had a really good bar about them, like about a prediction. They was like, Steve and Noi will be the first to do it on purpose, and the Sharks will be the first to do it by accident.
I hope they don't have twins.
Man. Yeah, if they have twins, they said they done know. They agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's that. Yeah. And Chris said he started.
There was a lot of kid talk at dinner.
Yeah, they just get it all out. They're just sharing their things, and Chris shared what he felt. He feels like he just recently started like 5 years ago feeling like he wanted kids. And you know, and he says all the reasons why, and the whole table thinks he'll be a great dad. And did you notice the way that she was looking at him while he's saying this? Because in her heart, like inside of her somewhere, she has to be like, this is a good dude.
Yeah, I know. Right? Like, he seems pretty, like, he just seems nice.
Like, somewhere in there, she has to be like, all right, this dude is all right. You know, and I think that's what it is. But she's just dug her heels in.
Yeah.
With this whole, I'm a good person and everybody else around me sucks.
And I'm glad people are around Chris at least to affirm that, like, because like Lindsay even says that, like, you're a good guy, and even Lindsay even says, like, you're a good looking guy too. And it was funny. Chris was like, "Oh, thanks for saying that."
This whole time I'm sitting here thinking I'm a fucking ogre.
Yeah, I know. I'm like the ugliest dude in Puerto Rico.
Oh shit! And
much after the kid talk, it gets just into some cringy shit between Chris and Alyssa.
Yeah, it does. Like they have, they have the little talks about the bumps in the road and shit like that, which was cool. It was a discussion that, you know, they should have if they're hanging out and seeing, because they all just married a person that they met 6 days ago.
Sure, yeah.
You know, so like it's interesting to hear somebody else's take on how everything is going. So I get that. But then they want to hear Chris and Alyssa's take on their marriage. So
do you think that, like, I think it was Noi and then Lindsay asked him like specific questions where he, like when Noi asked the question, I was like, the producers must have told you to like make sure you ask Chris and Alyssa this question. You know what I mean? Like,
which one?
I don't really give a think. Just like how's it going with you two, and you know what's going on? Are you guys gonna move? And then the apartment question, like, are you guys gonna move into the apartment together? I just feel like that was really forced, because if you're at a table,
not really.
And you know what's going. Well, I just feel like if you know what's going on, you're just going to avoid confrontation. I mean, it's just not like very polite. That's a pretty personal, like, dinner question. Like, hey, how's your relationship going? Especially when you know it's going terrible.
Okay, well then speak on it. Like, I mean, you know what it is. Like, your body language, everything is showing what it is. Confirm for us that this is what it looks like. That's all they were saying.
Yeah, sure.
Like, please confirm for our eyes that what we're seeing is what actually is and that y'all are fucked up as a marriage.
They weren't short of words, though, man, because Chris went on forever, and then fucking Alyssa went on forever, and then Chris went on forever again. I mean, they just fucking took up that whole... They sucked all the air out of that dinner, you know?
Man, I mean, and it was like, no, shout out to Chris, man. Chris was saying, and I'll get to it in a minute. The girls did get on for being a little pushy about wanting an answer, but Chris was saying, he was speaking from, I feel like he was speaking from his heart there. Like, you know, he's like, and even when they asked him about it, he's like, we obviously aren't in the place that everybody else is. And, you know, and then, Alyssa feeds everybody a big steam Impala bullshit, right? She did. Here's what she had to say. Listen to this shit.
Yeah.
I think we're taking it day by day as it comes at us. And, you know, we're both still sitting here. So
that's great.
That says everything, right?
That's great. Yeah, it's real great. I love how she's just like, I'm sitting here. That's me trying.
Yeah, like I don't want to put it forth any effort, but I am sitting here.
And what's all this bullshit where she's like, I love all you guys, you know, I want to be like, you know, these people are here to get married and like meet their significant other and learn about them. Like, I'm not here to meet some fucking friends.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about you.
And they could care less. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They could fucking care less.
And Chris, like after she said all of that bullshit, and Chris was kind of like, we don't talk outside of when we have to do activities.
Right. Yeah.
Like we're just activity partners at this point. That's it.
Sure.
Your trip buddy. You remember when you go on field trips, so you're not alone. You take your trip buddy with you.
Buddy.
Yeah. This is just Alyssa is Chris's trip buddy. He's like, look, I just want to know what the deal is. Like, I just wanted to say out loud on camera that they're done. Right. Which she won't because she's so worried about looking like the bad guy.
This is why. This is at this point I'm kind of getting annoyed with him because it's like, well, you know the answer to this, buddy. None of this, like, you know, do you have any, you know, is any part of you still in this? If you have 10% still in this, and he winds up saying to the producer later, he's like, I know she's not in this anymore. But at this point, I was just like, come on, dude, you know she's done. I want him to tell her to go fuck herself.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to tell her that, but maybe this is why Pastor Calvin and Dr. Pepper and them, okay, matched Chris with her.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. Maybe they was like, yo, look, there's somebody for everybody. This is the most unlovable person that has signed up for this show. Right? The most unlovable person.
This bitch don't have an ounce of love in her.
Let's see if we can make her happy. Let's see if we can get her married and keep her married.
Yeah, it's like a game they play.
It's got to be, man. And I don't know. Like I felt like maybe they were a plant. Because remember, I was saying that for the first couple episodes, but maybe they actually put some thought into this and was like, yo, maybe this is what she needs.
I don't think so. I think it's closer to being a plant, and they knew this bitch would cause us some drama.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So after that, Chris explains he hadn't heard like when Alyssa was unveiling her proposal for how they split the apartment time.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I ain't heard none of this.
I know. That was so funny.
Yeah. And he's like,
and
look.
At this point, the people at the tables, their faces are starting to get.
Like, what the fuck is her problem?
Olajuwon's wide-eyed, like looking at Katina, you seeing this shit. Lindsay's trying to cover her mouth and fucking laughing. And the whole thing was a goddamn mess.
All right, okay. Like, I'm gonna try to be Olajuwon's mind. Why does this happen? It's like, baby, you hearing this shit? Like, that's what I think he is. Like baby, are you hearing this bullshit?
I wish that we could have heard Katina and Olajuwon's conversation after that, because I'm sure
man,
they were probably like, this fucking
yeah.
Can you believe that? I'm sure, like, I bet you Noi and Steve hardly even talked about it.
Are you kidding me? I bet you Noi gossips, dude.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I bet you she gossips. Like, I couldn't imagine the Morencis sitting around and talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, well, everybody else would clown on the whole thing. Like, Mike and Jasmina would be the ones to unpack it.
Yeah. I could see them.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, where everybody else is like, yo, see that? That was so crazy. And then these would be the two that sit down. Yeah. And be like, let's pull back some layers here and see what we find.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, I'm not interested in doing this apartment split. Like, it's not like we ain't splitting time with these couples like divorced parents. Okay. And shout out to him. I love a good metaphor. And I think that was a great one. Like that, that's what they're trying to act like, divorced parents of the couples.
It's so weird. I just don't understand why Alyssa's in this mindset of, I just want to hang out in this house with and experience this thing with all of you guys. Like, no, you're not going to experience it because you're rooting this relationship, which is fine or whatever, but don't expect like for you to like have this real world experience now in an apartment with a bunch of people, because that's not what's going to fucking happen.
Yeah. And he was like, and Chris even told everybody at the table, remember, he said, look, I love all of y'all.
Yeah.
But I ain't come here for y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't. Exactly. That's not why I'm here. You know, he's like, Chris is speaking from his heart, and he's saying the shit you're supposed, like you want to hear in a marriage, in a committed relationship. You know, but you could tell he's getting irritated because at this point he's thinking that she's just going through the process because she wants to live in the apartment building or, you know, get popularity.
She want like some free rent or something. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, this really just wants to live. Apartment for 2 weeks. All
right, and here's one of the dopest things that Chris said this episode. When he was having to talk about what he wants to happen with this marriage, what he came here for. This is what my man Chris had to say.
My drive is to find the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And if somebody wants to move exceptionally slowly, that's fine with me, because my plan was a rest of my life plan. I have time. But I can't take those steps. I can't keep putting myself out there unless I get something that's not zero back.
Bro, you're not getting anything back, buddy.
Look, to put that together, because you hear Chris speaking from his heart all season. You hear Alyssa babbling.
Yeah, she was rambling
all season. This woman has no emotional IQ. She's not allowed to feel. This is textbook.
Read the room.
Textbook narcissistic personality disorder. There it goes.
Right.
That's exactly what this is.
It's all about her.
Yep. And speaking of which, this is what she had to say after he said that eloquent shit that he just said.
Won't happen because I'm not a bad person, and I'm a really f***ing good person.
Yeah, that was probably the 5th time. I'm a really fucking good person.
Yeah, she wants everybody to know that. Like, why do you have to remind people that much? Like no good person says, I'm a good person. They just do it. They just be it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Lord, the amount of time, like I said, in one day you said that.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking times, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then this is where he says to her, he's like, you know, how he handles this situation is up to what she wants to do. If she's all out, he's all out. But if she is only 1% in, he's all in. Yep, I'm giving him one. Look, this is what you're supposed to hear from somebody that wants to be a husband, that wants to spend the rest of their life. Like, this is what he came here for. This ain't about the cameras. This ain't about how I look to people.
But he knows she's out. You know what I mean? Like, he knows.
No, he knows that she's difficult.
Stop it with this 1% bullshit.
And like, somehow something about Alyssa is endearing to him. Cause even it was one part. It's like
little titties cracked out.
Yeah, like when Alyssa says something about the experts fucked up, and it's like, no, I don't think the experts fucked up. I think she's perfect for me.
I'm glad you mentioned that, dude. When he said that, I was just
that was a little bit out there.
I disagree. I'm just like, are you an idiot?
Like, what the fuck do you require if you see this mess and be like, this is perfect for me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, he's like, well, whoever. I'm ready to get married. I decided I want kids. Just whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. He's definitely. I don't feel like he's gonna have a hard time finding a relationship after this.
And here's what Alyssa had to say to that.
Like, it's not my fault that this happened. And please don't do that, Lindsay, while I'm talking.
See what happened right there? That's when she started to pipe up on Lindsay.
I know. I'm starting to like Lindsay now.
Yeah, and she bit her tongue. But right there, when she was like, it's not my fault. Like, you have to. This is. All right, what I'm seeing with her is everything is about how she appears. It's all about appearances, how she appears to everybody. And she's so stuck in that she can't be in any moment. Yeah. That's what the problem is. And that's why until she figures that out, she'll either figure it out or die alone. Because not too many people are going to deal with that. You seen the one dude left before dinner.
TV ever again.
Yeah, he left when she was making dinner. She obviously can't cook neither. So Olajuwon ain't going to want her.
It's her worst nightmare. It's like bad, like apparently just being portrayed as bad or looking bad. God, I can't wait till
she leaves the show. Yeah,
or just watches it. I wish she would have like had a live stream.
No, when she watches it, she'll look at it and she'll see what, you know what I mean. Like I think those people, like I really dead ass think she's NPD. She's narcissistic like that, and
I think like I said, when she sees the show, she's gonna be like, "Oh man, they really did make me look bad."
Yeah,
and like she's not gonna be like, "Oh shit, I look like that."
Oh, I thought you meant she was gonna see it and like start doing some self reflection. Because
no, I don't think so.
I was like, no, I don't think that shit's about to happen.
No, she's just gonna blame anybody and everybody.
Yeah, and then Chris asked again if she's all in or all out, and she once again doesn't answer, you know, and because she doesn't want to discuss the situation in front of everybody.
Right. I get that. I kind of get that.
Who was it? Was it Jasmina that was like, yo, well, I think that's a good idea. You don't have to talk about this in front of us,
right, but
y'all have to agree to go back and sit down and chop it up and figure this out later.
Alyssa started crying too.
Yeah. Of course.
That's crazy, dude.
This happens every fucking episode.
I don't know why she thinks she's such good friends with these people. They've known each other for 6 days and they barely hang around.
Yeah. Yo, did you see what else?
What?
I can't believe I forgot about this. All right, so you remember that whole speech that Chris had about I got time, right?
Yeah.
So did you see Olajuwon's reaction in the talking? He was like, yo, that shit was powerful. Yeah. AKA, I'm going to use that when I'm single again.
Right. Olajuwon's facial reactions during that whole thing was great. So are Lindsay's. And so are Katina, too. You could tell Katina wanted to start saying some shit.
Yo, I like Olajuwon now, man.
Yeah, he's just funny.
Yeah. He is. Like, I think he's going to be... I think he's a cool dude, but he's going to be an awful husband. Like, that's where I'm at with it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I like that dude, man.
He's cool. I would hang out with him.
Yeah. And then, you know, Chris asked us like some good, like pointed questions. Like, look, did you come into this thinking that you would have to adjust for somebody who wasn't perfect? Mm-hmm. And she said she knew she wouldn't find Mr. 1000% perfect, but she said there's some differences that people wouldn't change on, that they wouldn't adjust for.
Right.
And he asked this question. It was so good. He's like, have you brought up any of those things and asked me if I'd be willing to change them? And she was like, yeah, we definitely talk about things and blah, blah, blah. He cuts her off. He's like what? Silence.
Nothing.
Silence. Because you think at some point in their head that this doubt that, okay, maybe I really am full of shit just starts to like seep through?
Not in Alyssa.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been like, you know, in an argument with your girl or something, and you know you're being petty, right?
Yeah.
And then you get called out for it. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean? You may double down, you may like argue back or whatever, but in the back of your mind, it's like, yeah, I am kind of being a dick right now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I need to pump the brakes.
I don't think she has.
You know what I mean? Bring this thing safely to a stop.
Yeah, no back up here. I don't think she has whatever that is.
Yeah, like I really think you're right. She'll look at this and none of this will be her fault.
No.
Yeah,
Poor girl. I was trying to get her on the podcast, dude, so we can berate her.
I would love to, but she probably wouldn't because she's a good person, so she won't.
I want to get I want her. Like, I haven't seen all the seasons, but this has to be one of the most hated characters that this show's ever had.
I can't imagine one I dislike more.
Be on the list
because I mean, some of them, for the most part, at least have a likable quality about themselves.
Yeah, sure. Like they don't.
None. There's none.
Like a bad person other than Alyssa.
Do you remember your initial, like when you watched episode 1 of this season, and they were introducing them?
Yeah, I just thought they
before you knew she was nuts, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, they're probably gonna be the couple to like, do Sudoku puzzles and read Bible verses, right?
Oh, that was so boring.
Yeah.
Like I think like Jasmina and Michael are probably the most boring. I thought it was gonna be Chris and Alyssa, and they're the most. I guess you can call it dramatic, but like Chris doesn't get dramatic. He's just sits there and in his monotone voice. Well,
and you know why this is though, LP?
Yeah.
You know why Chris isn't dramatic? Because Chris is exactly what Alyssa needs. Shout out to Dr. Pepper. Shout out to Dr. Viviana. Shout out to Pastor Calvin. I think I get why they picked Chris. Like, at first it was like, because like me and you, we'd have been like, well, fuck it then. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And him, he's sticking in there. Like he's taking all of these jabs, right?
He's sure as hell sticking in there.
He keeps like taking his heart out of his chest and like holding it out to her, and she smacks it out of his hand like a bully.
Yeah, maybe right? Chris is just like an emotional.
And he picks it back up and he just carries it around. The second he sees her again, he reaches that heart back out to her. She smacks it out of his hand. Like and he keeps doing it.
Football.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that's what happens. So everybody is heading back to Boston tomorrow, right? And
Boston.
Yeah, just to put a nice little bow on it. Lindsay is excited to get back and rescue Mark from his apartment.
Mm-hmm. Mom coming to the rescue.
Yeah, Katina's worried that if they move in together, they might find out they're not a fit, which is what anybody who moves in together thinks about. So that's normal. Okay, keep your head up, baby girl. Olajuwon's a good dude. He just has some figuring shit out to do. Mm-hmm. All right. Mike and Jazz, they eat their breakfast and there's like, we got to work on communication, which I think is good for them. And Noi and Steve ain't worried about shit. Okay. Nah, they ain't worried about nothing.
We got to see that job thing with Steve might be coming up.
Yeah.
It's an issue, but I'm sure they'll get through it.
Yeah, and then Chris says he's gotten some sleep and recharged the batteries, and he's ready to get up and fight another day for Alyssa. And
Go back to work. He puts his fucking shoes on, ties them up tight. All right.
Yeah, and that's what it was, man. He's ready to do this all over again. He's standing in there.
Oh man, what a poor son of a bitch.
That poor guy, man. That poor guy. And Alyssa says she's a good person. Yeah. That's it.
I'm a fucking good person.
I'm a fucking really good person.
Good person.
Yeah, man. And that was the whole episode, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happened.
Yeah, the Chris and Alyssa episode. Really, I think they shoved a lot of them in that episode because we know we're not going to be seeing.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make the rest of it. I don't even, because if you saw the previews, it was kind of like they were in marriage counseling already with Pastor Calvin. Did you see that? Did you see that?
I think, Pastor Calvin's got to give him a visit.
Yeah.
Get back from the honeymoon period. It won't last too long.
Oh man, you know what? As sick as I am of seeing Alyssa, I really do want to see what she'll say to the expert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know how because she's non-confrontational. That's another thing.
Right.
So she won't just be like, hey, Pastor Calvin, you fucked me over.
Right.
You know,
they got all these videos of her saying that to, other people. So maybe Pastor Cal will be like, wow, what do you mean I fucked you over? I didn't do anything.
You fucked this up. Chris a good dude. Everybody know except you.
Yeah, you dummy. You're a dummy. That'd be great. I'm sure we're not going to get that, though.
Yeah, man. But I think that's it. I think that's the episode, baby boy. I think we done.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one.
That was a really good episode. I can't wait till I don't have to talk about Alyssa anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna get some drama from Mark the Shark and Stephen Noi. I think we might get a little drama from them down there.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Something was happening where Noi had a cry face. So yeah. So we'll see what happened next week.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. Anything you want to say to the peeps before we get out of here?
That's it. I love y'all.
All right.
$1.
Patreon $1. Yo, and so until the next time you guys hear us recapping anything, well, which you will, this has been Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 6. I'm a good fucking person. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye.